सर
आपका मीडियम क्या है?
इंग्लिश इंग्लिश यस सर
So, Ashutosh, have you gone through the newspaper?
नो सर टुडे आई डिडंट
Why so?
सर माय न्यूज़पेपर कम एट 9:30 माय न्यूज़पेपर कम एट 9:30 सर in the morning 9:30 morning so I was
Okay. You are from Buxar, Bihar.
yes sir
अभी बिहार में इलेक्शन होने वाले हैं।
yes sir
इलेक्शन कमीशन के बारे में बताइए।
sir the election commission of India is a constitutional body which is constituted by the constitution itself. It is mainly aimed at conducting the election of general election of the Lok Sabha and the election of president, vice president and state assembly elections. And its chairman is appointed by the president of India. It has the other two members as well. And so this is.
What is by-election?
So when the sitting MP or MLA died before completing its election tenure of 5 years, to fulfill that seat when any election conducted, that is called by election.
Okay. Okay. Ashutosh, can you tell me about the Quiet India movement and its impact on Indian history?
Sir, the Quit India movement was launched in August 1942. It was launched after the failure of various commissions by the British, like Cripps Mission, which was sent to settle Indian leaders and their demands. During this course of action of Quit India movement, the Mahatma Gandhi given the slogan "Do or Die," and it was such a mass movement, and people from all across India participated and make it a successful movement. But after that, it make them realize to the Britishers that they can no longer rule the India. So they decided to quit India further, and later on they sent missions like cabinet missions and other proposal.
Okay. You have done your BA from Varanasi BHU.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me about the BHU.
Sir, it is an institution, brainchild of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. He was with the idea that an institution should be established in India, which should have consist of Indian values, tradition, along with the modern science and technology. And it was established in 1916 with the help of other princely state rulers like Banaras, Darbhanga Maharaj, and people from all walk of life. Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya begged them and get the money to build that institution. It is known as capital of knowledge, from arts to the medical science to the IIT and to the visual art, performing art. All walk of life, all walk of education is taught there, and it is currently ranked at rank 3 in all India.
Okay, tell me about Madan Mohan Malviya.
Sir, Madan Mohan Malviya initially was a lawyer. He was from Allahabad, and later he became the part of Indian National Congress, and he presided Congress 3 times. And he was mainly known for his fighting for the case of Chauri Chaura incident. He fought for the people there, and get them released after the British court from the various charges. Along with that, he was a very good educationist, which envisioned such an institution, and it is one of the area-wise largest institution in the Asia.
What is your first prize?
CISF, sir.
Why CISF?
Sir, CISF is presently working all across the country, from Uri in the Jammu Kashmir to the Kanyakumari, from hinterland of Chhattisgarh and Odisha to the capital city of Delhi. So it has all India exposure and difficult locations as well. Along with this, it is elite force and protecting the critical infrastructure, which has a large implication for the economy as well as for the reduction of poverty at public at large. And it also necessary, it also enabling the investors' confidence by protecting the critical infrastructure. It also provide me opportunity to work in the various roles, from VIP protection, from the ground duty, from the other role as well, sir.
Okay. In recent, we are using two types of terminology.
Yes,
One
sir.
is Naxalism.
Yes, sir.
Other is urban Naxalism.
Urban Naxalism, yes, sir.
What is the basic difference between these?
Sir, urban Naxal is an idea which the people from urban, who is urban locality and urban area, they are supporting those people on the ground intellectually, financially, and through other mediums, and they are working as a front organization for the Naxals, and they are trying to get the sympathy from the other people, like they are rich in the media, they are electronic media, print media, and human rights organization. They are through the cover of all these institutions, they are trying to gain sympathy from the public at large and protect the Naxals on the ground. So, and those who are Naxali, they are fighting on the ground level with the confronting with the armed forces, convincing the people, mass mobilization, and spreading propaganda on the ground level, sir. So, urban Naxals are not fighting on the ground, rather than creating a mass base, psychology, sympathy, and propaganda for the Naxals on the ground.
Okay, so which one is totally wrong and which one should be continued? Urban Naxalism or Naxalism?
Sir, no one is anyone who is getting the arms, who is speaking up against the established government and the legitimate government under the Constitution of India, and those who are sympathizing them and trying to support them through either way, through financially, intellectually, both are held responsible under the law. So no one is correct in this regarding to overthrow the established government. Their basic ideology is based upon this. Let the existing framework and the existing system is exploitative in nature. So let us overthrow this system. So both of them, either they are fighting on the ground, either they are supporting from the urban areas and intellectually through other mediums. Both should be held responsible, and no one is right in this regard. There are other mechanism to get their demand fulfilled, like democracy is there. After every 5 years there is a general election, assembly election. They can put their demand. They are really thinking that they are the representative of people. They can fight election. They can get their demand heard to the assembly in the Lok Sabha and through wins. And we have done a great job through democracy over the period of time. So their demand can easily be solved. So there is no reason to overthrow the government. So I do not think anyone is right.
आशुतोष पांडे
Yes, sir.
बिहार से
Sorry, sir, I didn't get.
बिहार से
Yes, sir.
यार बिहार में सर ने एक चीज पूछा था इलेक्शन कमीशन के बारे में. अभी इलेक्शन होने वाला है.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
ये डिले होने वाला है.
Delay?
मतलब इसे और मतलब आगे बढ़ाने की डेट चल रही थी कोरोना की.
हाँ.
तो क्या इलेक्शन कमीशन के पास पावर है जो इलेक्शन को आगे कर सकता है?
Yes, sir. After getting the report from the states and other institution, it decides to when to conduct election.
कौन से?
Like security agencies, he had to get clearances from security agency, what is the situation, and in case of pandemic, he had to take the help of health department, health ministry, that will it be good for the health public at large to conduct the election in a large number, or and if they are suggesting that if we take a proper measures, then we can conduct it. Election Commission has discussion. Like in case of JNK, security agency are not allowing.
आपने एक वर्ड यूज किया था सर ने जब आपसे पूछा था तो
Yes, sir.
विजुअल आर्ट।
Visual arts, yes, sir.
क्या होता है?
So it is a creativity which done by creating pictures, like painting and graffiti that is done on the wall. So it is mainly the art and creativity done through visuals.
बिहार की कौन कौन सी खास मतलब पेंटिंग बहुत फेमस है?
So the famous painting of Bihar I know is Madhubani painting, sir. Yes, sir.
क्या विशेषता है उसकी मधुबनी पेंटिंग?
So it is a natural painting based on natural motifs, like natural motifs, culture, local that represent local culture, geometric designs, flowers were there, animals were painted in that. So this is what feature is.
अच्छा, टू स्टेट सॉल्यूशन
Yes, sir.
थ्योरी
Two states.
कौन कौन सी कंट्रीज के बीच मतलब
Station.
न्यूज़ में रहती है जनरली?
It was Israel and Palestine, sir.
अच्छा, और ओस्लो अकॉर्ड?
Yes, sir.
ओस्लो अकॉर्ड?
Oslo.
ओस्लो अकॉर्ड?
Sorry, sir, I'm not getting it.
NIA नेशनल इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसी
Yes, sir.
2019 में चर्चा में रही
Yes, sir.
केरला और छत्तीसगढ़ के बारे में
Yes, sir.
विशेषकर।
Yes, sir.
इसमें एक संशोधन हुआ है, क्या क्या हुआ संशोधन कोई बताएंगे?
Yes, sir. So it was amended in 2019. It amended that to initiate any investigation, it will not require the prior approval of the state government. And the investigation charges, which was initially to be taken by the DSP level officers, it has reduced to the sub-inspector to inspector level official, which will expand its workforce. Along with this, a special NIA court was established. It was recommended that a special NIA court will be there, which will prosecute and dispense the justice related to NIA only. So these are the major amendment.
कौन कौन सब्जेक्ट पढ़ के आए थे आज, मतलब आज इंटरव्यू देना है तो
Yes, sir.
कौन सा सब्जेक्ट बहुत अच्छे से तैयार है आपको?
सब सर अच्छे से सब जनरल से करके तैयार था सर। मैं कोई स्पेसिफिक नहीं था कि ये।
यार कोरोना में जो कहना चाहिए एक कोरोना जो है
Yes, sir.
इस पे हम सभी कंट्री जनरली बोल रही कि वैक्सीन आ जाएगी, वैक्सीन आ जाएगी। क्या जनरली सभी वायरस के लिए वैक्सीन बनती है?
सभी वायरस के लिए, बट लार्ज स्केल ऑफ वायरस विच आर डिजास्टर्स, विच आर अफेक्टिंग द लाइफ, तो वैक्सीन्स आर मेड लाइक पोलियो, वी हैव चिकन पॉक्स, वी हैव द वायरस, वी हैव बिल्ड द वैक्सीन.
अच्छा, वैक्सीन वायरस को किल कर देती है?
No, it build the immunity in the body. It create a like prototype virus, dead virus. It is injected through vaccine, and which make them body enable create antigens in the body to fight the such virus in the future attack. So it rather than killing the virus, it create a immunity in the body. Yes, sir.
So, Ashutosh, tell me about the 1857 revolution and its impact on Bihar.
1857. Sir, the revolution of 1857 was a outcome or a peak point of various revolutions that was emerging through the various parts of country against the British East India Company. So it from the Bihar, it was represented by the Veer Kunwar Singh of Jagdishpur. His lands were grabbed by the Britishers illegally, and he fought for that purpose. And Nana Sahab of Kanpur, Jhansi ki Rani of Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi, they all came together. They fought against the Britishers, but they were not organized. They were not synchronized in their effort. So this led to their defeat and further not a long-term impact on the Britishers. Yes, sir.
As we saw the history of India, when we go in ancient period, we saw that Bihar is a developed state,
Yes, sir.
and the things are totally systematic. As the time changes,
Yes, sir.
we are from ancient to medieval and medieval to modern. We didn't see any development in Bihar. Rather than we saw a degradation or a decline in Bihar. What's the reason?
So, are you sir? I did not get the exact question, sir. So,
आप
big-
ऐसे सोचो
Yes, sir.
कि जब हम इतिहास को देखते हैं, जब प्राचीन में देखते हैं, मौर्य एम्पायर है,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, बिहार या पूरा इंडिया ही बिहार में रहता है,
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है, बिहार उसको रूल कर रहा है, चीज़ें सिस्टमैटिक हैं, हर चीज़ें सही चल रही हैं। हाँ, उसके बाद जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, मिडल में आते हैं, बिहार डिक्लाइनेशन चला जाता है,
Hmm.
मॉडर्न में आते हैं, बिहार इंडिया का सबसे गरीब स्टेट बन जाता है।
Yes, sir.
क्या वजह है एक डेवलप्ड स्टेट को इस तरह डिक्लाइन होने की?
So, ancient time, if we take it from ancient time, it was the capital city. The capital was located in Bihar, like Rajgiri, Pataliputra. So, it was naturally to be a developed and organized states. But over the period of time, during medieval time, like in early medieval and medieval time, the capital shift from Rajgiri, power of center of India, from Rajgiri to the Thaneswar in the Harshvardhan time and Delhi in the medieval time. And after that, the capital completely shift from to Delhi. This made them a peripheral state. So least development was taken place as compared to the earlier one. But during the modern times, when the India got independence and other things evolved, other state was implemented various reforms. But in case of Bihar do not implemented land reforms. Being an agrarian society, agrarian economy, Bihar could not implement that properly. That happened in case of Kerala and West Bengal. And being a landlocked state, it has not advantage as in case of Gujarat and other coastal state and those market-oriented capitals like Delhi and Mumbai and Calcutta as well. And consecutive government after the independence, due to lack of resources, revenue to the state government, it was not having any factory, it was not any good source of revenue apart from the devolution from the central government. So it was not able to take various measures. Along with that, during the time of 60s, 70s and 80s and up to 2000, a very violent Bihar was experienced from a Naxal movement, from a caste clashes between various communities, and this has affected Bihar and make it a Gunda Raj and Jungle Raj like structure, because no law and order situation was there, anything is happening. After that, post 2000, the situation improved quietly, building of infrastructure, schools, law and order in a proper situation, development in agriculture. Along with that, Bihar is right now suffering from a perception management. Situation has improved, but we need to change the perception that the public at large and the public in India, even in Uttar Pradesh, how they perceive Bihar. So I think we need to change the perception, and we need to we need to utilize our strength, that is agriculture, by creating food processing sector, creating employment, and this is what we can do, sir.
Bihar is a landlocked state.
Yes.
The main reason behind the lack of development in the state.
Yes, sir.
Punjab and Haryana are also landlocked.
Yes, sir.
But they are more developed than Bihar. They are also a very society?
Yes, sir. It is one of the various factors being a landlocked. Like I compared with the various capital like Gujarat and Maharashtra. That one aspect. Another aspect is poor implementation of land reform. Green revolution do not take place here. No improvement in the agriculture was done as such that can be done in the case of Bihar, and law and order situation was quite dismal till 2000, and that was not in case of Punjab and Haryana. It was there in 1980s. Khalistan movement was there, but it was controlled over the period of time, and land holding was quite what to say, sir, smaller in case of Bihar is. Very smaller land holding is there in Bihar, so that is also affecting the productivity in agriculture and huge population.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.